You ever look at your bank account and think, how did I spend so much this month? It's not like you're buying yachts or taking trips to Vegas every week. But somehow, the money slips away on things that seem small in the moment. A cable package you don't really watch. That, buy one, get one deal you didn't need. Or gifts for the grandkids that add up faster than you'd expect. Retirement is supposed to be our time to breathe, to enjoy, to feel free, not to stress over money that's quietly disappearing. The truth is, most of us don't waste our retirement money on purpose. It happens in little ways, out of habit or love, or even boredom. But here's the good news. With just a few small shifts, you can start spending in a way that actually gives something back. More health, more joy, more peace of mind. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 smart ways to use your retirement money that don't just keep the bills paid, but help you live better every day. These aren't radical changes. I'm not going to tell you to stop giving to your family or cut out all your comforts. But I will show you how to spend in ways that actually support the life you want, mentally, physically, emotionally. So if you've ever felt that little sting of regret after looking at your expenses, or you just want to feel more confident with how you spend what you've earned, stick with me. And if you find these ideas helpful, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to Vibrant Elders, and share your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's talk about how to make your health your smartest investment. Number 1, invest in preventive health, not emergency care. Most folks don't blink when it comes to fixing a problem. A $2,000 hospital bill? Well, that's just what it costs. But spending $60 on a checkup? Or $80 for new walking shoes? That's where we hesitate, and I get it. But here's the thing. Emergency care eats away at your savings, while preventive care protects your health and your wallet. One helps you stay independent. The other often ends with a hospital bed and a stack of paperwork. I had a neighbor named Pete. Great guy, stubborn as they come. He skipped his yearly physical for 3 years straight. I feel fine, he always said. But one day he took a bad fall in his kitchen. Turns out, his blood pressure had been creeping up and affecting his balance. That ambulance ride, the ER visit, the rehab, over $6,000 out of pocket. A checkup and some early care might have cost him less than $100. And it's not just doctor visits. Dental cleanings, vision checks, hearing tests. These things seem small until they're not. A minor gum infection becomes a full-blown dental surgery. Poor lighting at home leads to a fall. Unchecked hearing loss increases isolation, which research has linked to faster cognitive decline. These are all things Medicare may cover partially, but only if you act early. So what's the smarter move? Spend a little up front. Look at it as home maintenance, but the home is you. Get that annual wellness visit. Schedule your mammogram or prostate screening. Replace those worn-out shoes with something your feet and joints will thank you for. And maybe, just maybe, consider using a bit of your retirement money for a gym membership or chair yoga class at the local senior center. Moving more means falling less. That's just science. Even the food you put on your plate matters. I know healthy food can feel expensive, but what's more costly? A bag of fresh produce and wild salmon, or the medications and doctor visits that follow years of processed meals? Every dollar you spend on prevention is a dollar you don't spend on recovery. I'm not saying you need to overhaul your life, but shift the way you think about value. A new TV? It might make the living room prettier, but a hearing aid that lets you enjoy conversations again? That's priceless. That's freedom. So this week, take a look at your habits. What's one small thing you could upgrade to take better care of yourself now, before it becomes something bigger later? Your future self is counting on you, and you're worth every penny. Number 2, pay for experiences, not more stuff. I still remember a conversation I had with a friend at church. We were talking about what we'd do with an extra $500. I said, probably go somewhere I've never been. She laughed and said, I'd get a new recliner. Mine's starting to squeak. A month later, she got the chair. It was soft, plush, had cup holders and everything. But you know what she told me later? I thought it'd make me happy, but it's just another place to sit. Meanwhile, I spent that same $500 on a weekend with my grandson in Colorado, and that memory? It's still one of my favorites. See, the older we get, the easier it is to fall into the trap of buying things instead of moments. A new kitchen gadget here, another throw blanket there. But the truth is, stuff stops bringing joy pretty quickly. Experiences, on the other hand, those stay with us. They give us stories, connection, laughter, meaning. And you don't need a passport to do it. You can start right where you are. a small road trip to a nearby town you've never explored, a day passed to a museum with a friend, tickets to a music performance at the community college, or signing up for a painting or cooking class just because it sounds fun. These moments create new brain activity, boost emotional well-being, and yes, they even help with memory. There's science behind this too. Studies have shown that people who invest in experiences rather than possessions tend to be happier overall. Why? Because experiences are social, personal, and they shape the way we see the world. You'll remember that picnic in the park far longer than you'll remember a new sweater. If you've got grandkids, this is where it gets really beautiful. Use your money to be with them, not just buy for them. Instead of toys or gadgets, plan a little getaway, a day at the zoo, or a trip to the farmer's market with hot chocolate after. Trust me, they won't remember the toy in a month, but they'll talk about the day they spent with you for years. I'm not saying never buy new things. If your coffee maker's on its last leg, get the new one. But when it comes to your extra money, those little windfalls, the tax refund, the social security bump, think about how to turn that into a memory instead of more clutter. You've worked too hard your whole life to end up surrounded by stuff that doesn't speak to you. Spend it where it counts. On laughter, on discovery, on stories worth telling. Speaking of comfort, the next way to spend wisely is right where you are, inside your own home. And it's easier than you might think. Number 3, upgrade your daily comforts at home. You know, when people talk about upgrading their home, they usually think about big things, remodeling the kitchen, replacing all the furniture, knocking out walls. But that's not what we're talking about here. I'm talking about the small, thoughtful changes that quietly make your day-to-day life easier, safer, and more enjoyable. I remember the first time I swapped out the dim old bulb in my kitchen lamp for a brighter LED light. I didn't expect much, but suddenly I could see my crossword clearly again without leaning in. It felt like I got part of my morning back. That little $10 upgrade made a big difference in my daily mood. And that's the point. As we get older, our bodies ask for a bit more kindness, and smart spending at home is one of the best ways to offer it. Maybe it's time to replace that sagging mattress that leaves you stiff every morning, or get a better chair that supports your back during your favorite TV shows. Even something like a handrail in the shower or a no-slip rug in the hallway can make your home feel safer and give your loved ones more peace of mind. I know someone who bought a raised toilet seat after a knee surgery. Not exactly glamorous, but she swears it was the best $40 she ever spent. And you know what? It helped her feel independent again. That's worth every penny. We spend so much time in our homes, especially during retirement. So why not make those spaces truly work for us? You don't need to break the bank. Even small changes, like swapping out old doorknobs for ones that are easier to grip, or buying a lightweight vacuum instead of dragging around the old heavy one, can ease strain and help you feel more confident moving around. Comfort isn't about luxury, it's about support. Feeling at ease in your own space. Not having to hesitate before getting out of bed or walking to the kitchen at night. When your surroundings support you, your energy goes to enjoying life, not avoiding pain or inconvenience. So take a look around your home this week. What's one small thing that could make your day smoother? Is your lighting too harsh or too dim? Are you still using a creaky chair that hurts your back? These little upgrades aren't indulgent, they're smart. You've earned comfort, not just survival. And speaking of thoughtful choices, the next smart spending move might surprise you. It's not about buying for yourself, but about how and why you give to others. Number 4, give with intention, not impulse. Now this one might hit close to home, because if you're anything like most grandparents I know, giving comes naturally. Whether it's helping with bills, slipping a little extra into a birthday card, or picking up something just because we love to give. It makes us feel useful. It connects us to our loved ones. But here's where it gets tricky. Giving without a plan can quietly drain your retirement money and, sometimes, create more stress than joy. I once knew a man named Harold. Every time his adult daughter called with a problem, he wrote a check. Car trouble, rent, even a new laptop. He meant well. But after a few years, he realized he wasn't setting boundaries. He was acting like an ATM. And he felt used, not appreciated. That's not the kind of giving that lifts the heart. But giving with intention? That's a different story entirely. That's choosing how to give in ways that build legacy, not just patch problems. I know a woman who used part of her savings to take her entire family on a cruise. 4 generations laughing, eating together, taking photos on the deck. She said it was the best money she ever spent because she got to see the joy while she was still here to enjoy it. Others set up small education funds for grandkids, or give annual gifts to charities that align with their values, or create experience gifts like Zoom memberships or museum passes. Things that don't just disappear after a week, but keep creating memories all year long. The key is planning. That might mean setting a giving budget for each year, an amount you're comfortable with that doesn't compromise your needs, or having open conversations with family. I want to help, but in ways that are healthy and fair. Those talks might feel awkward at first, but they're acts of love, too. And here's the truth. Giving doesn't always have to be money. Giving your time, your wisdom, a handwritten letter, or a day spent baking with your grandkids. Those things leave just as deep a mark, sometimes deeper. So the next time you feel that impulse to give, pause and ask, am I doing this out of love or out of guilt? Will this bring joy or just temporary relief? Then choose to give with a full heart, not an anxious one. Your generosity is beautiful, and when it's guided with care, it becomes something lasting. Speaking of lasting impact, the final smart way to use your retirement money might be the most important of all. It's not flashy, but it brings something none of us can live without: peace of mind. Number 5, pay for peace of mind. If there's one thing I've learned as I've gotten older, it's that peace of mind is worth every penny. We spend our lives working, saving, raising families, caring for others. And when retirement finally comes, what most of us want more than anything is to feel secure, to rest easy. And that kind of comfort doesn't come from having the latest gadget or a bigger bank account. It comes from knowing that things are taken care of. I'll never forget when a friend of mine, Susan, told me she spent a few $100s getting her will and estate documents in order. She said it was the best decision she ever made. Not because she expected anything to happen right away, but because she didn't want her kids to argue, to guess, or to stress when that time did come. Now I sleep better, she told me. I know they'll have clarity, not confusion. And that's the heart of it. Spending on things like a well-written will, a durable power of attorney, or even a financial advisor consultation. These aren't luxuries. They're investments in your peace. The same goes for paying a trusted house cleaner once a month or hiring someone to help with yard work. That's not wasting money. It's buying yourself freedom from worry and physical strain. Even something like upgrading your home insurance or reviewing your Medicare plan each year can give you real mental relief. It's about getting ahead of the what-ifs before they become oh-nos. A little time and money now can save your loved ones enormous stress later and spare you from sleepless nights wondering if you forgot something important. I always say, peace of mind doesn't come from having everything. It comes from knowing the most important things are already taken care of. So if you've been putting off writing a will, making a medical directive, or even organizing your passwords, this is your gentle nudge. Spend the money. Make the call. Your future self and your family will thank you. And remember, this kind of spending isn't about fear. It's about love. It's about giving your family the gift of clarity, not chaos. And giving yourself the chance to truly enjoy retirement without those quiet worries creeping in at night. So now you've heard them. 5 simple, powerful ways to make your retirement money work for you. Not just for bills or passing indulgences, but for the things that actually make life better. Your health, your peace of mind, your memories, your comfort, and your legacy. The truth is, retirement isn't the end of your financial story. It's a new chapter. And every dollar you've saved up until now, that's not just money. That's freedom. That's choice. It's easy to look back and feel a twinge of regret about what you spent or what you didn't. But here's what matters most: what you do from today forward. You don't have to change everything overnight. Just pick one small shift. Maybe it's booking that physical you've been putting off, or calling your daughter to plan a day trip together. Maybe it's setting up a meeting to finally write your will. Start small, but start with intention. You've spent decades taking care of others. This stage of life is a chance to take care of yourself, with thoughtfulness, with joy, and with wisdom. If something in this video made you pause or smile or think, I'd love to hear about it. Leave a comment and tell us, what's one change you're going to make this month? And if you found this helpful, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to Vibrant Elders so we can keep these important conversations going. Because you don't have to be rich to spend wisely. You just have to know what matters and have the courage to live like it truly does. Until next time, stay well, stay vibrant, and keep spending your life where it counts.